Doesn't that feel good? Having extra money is always nice, and that's what I want to talk about today. Not finding money per se, but having extra money. In my last video, I talked about ways to save money. One of those ways was to sell your old stuff. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to quickly sell things with nothing more than your phone, and how to get as much money for those items as you possibly can. I'm going to break down the process I use to sell on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist step by step. So let's jump into it right away.
Daddy, 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 Daddy!
In this video, I'm going to sell an item during the recording phase so you can see what I do. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about the two main sites I use, why I use them, and the differences between them. First, there is Facebook Marketplace. Facebook is great because people are already glued to it as a social site. It's on their device already and they are comfortable with it. It's nice because it shows people's faces and their profiles when you are communicating with them, and you can oftentimes even see the seller or buyer's reputation. Plus, you can use it as a communication medium for when they arrive. The messaging app is snappy. Craigslist is a bit more like the wanted ads in a newspaper. It's a bit more archaic. The site itself still has the same design it did 20 years ago, but that's kind of what's so great about it. It's fast, it's efficient, and people don't need to be plugged into the social network to access it, because a lot of people refuse to connect to social media. Often though, you're going back and forth via email for communication, so it's not as snappy. Now, the reason I personally alternate these sites is, depending on what I'm selling, the audience might be different. As a recent example for me, I bought some shoes that I didn't end up liking. I tried selling them on Craigslist for almost a full month, lowering the price every couple days or so. A few tire kickers, but no bites. I removed it from Craigslist and put it on Facebook one morning, and within 1 hour, I had 6 people chomping at the bit. Someone came by later that day and paid way more than my lowest asking price on Craigslist, and they gave me a 5-star rating. So my first tip when selling your old stuff is think of who your audience is and use that information to decide where to post. You can sell on both platforms, it just takes a little more time. I often do it. Let's move on. So I'm selling a kids' play kitchen now that my kids have outgrown it. And I want to show you the process because I've sold hundreds of things over the last couple years and I think I'm pretty good at it. And FYI, I bought this kitchen used for 40 bucks about 5 or 6 years ago. There are 4 steps you need to follow when selling your old stuff. Market research, take good pictures, write the ad, communicate, and close. Number 1, market research. The first thing with any item we sell is we need to quickly check the competition and see what the average market value is for the item. You should never just blindly price an item if you don't have to. You could miss out on a lot of money that way, or just never sell your item because it's not priced correctly. So let's pop over to the marketplace and take a look. So some of these are priced quite high. So let's go back and see how long some of the older ones have been on the market and what they've lowered the price to. Interesting. If I want it sold fast, I'd list for about 30 to 40 bucks. If I want more, I'd ask 60 to 80 and assume that might take a week or longer to sell. Number 2, take good pictures. This is the most important part. You might not think it's worth putting effort into your pictures, but believe me, it is. The pictures are everything. Like buying or renting a home, if it's full of crap or it looks gross, people won't want it. People will look at the environment of the item and make rapid judgments. We want to show them with the pictures the item was taken care of and was cherished. I like to separate my item from the background to give it some nice bokeh. You want to have good natural lighting if possible. Then, I quickly go into my photo editor, straighten out the pictures, add a little bit of brightness or color, then get ready for the next step. Number 3, write the ad. An ad is your salesperson. It will tell the story of the pictures. Some items can sell on their own, some need a little help. I personally like to quickly list why I'm selling the item, list the features, and I'll often add a link if I can find one about the item as it adds more information. People don't mind paying a little more for an excellent condition item. That's what the pictures should convey, But you should also use words to accentuate that. Say things like 9.5 out of 10 shape, like new, mint condition, things like that. As far as pricing goes, from step 1, we should have an idea what we want to sell the item for. Just keep in mind, on Craigslist especially, a lot of people will not pay full price, just on principle. So let's say you have a car that you wanted to sell and get $5,000 for, you should probably ask $5,500 or $6,000. Then it will make the negotiating phase way easier when they feel they are getting a great deal. People just want a deal. Number 4, communicate and close. Sales is a funny thing. There are certain things that can really help close a sale. Things like creating urgency, for example. If your item is in demand and someone messages you right away and offers you less than asking, you can say, you know, the item is already generating lots of attention, so I'm gonna wait to get full asking because I think I priced it fairly. That person has a decision to make. They might lose out if they hesitate, so chances are they will take it right then and there. Now, if the item is in lower demand, I would not use urgency. But if they do contact you, answer their questions, then tell them your availability. Offer them a few times the item is available for showing, then ask them to share a few times they might want to come and see it. If the item is expensive, meeting at your local coffee shop is always good. Otherwise, I usually just sell things from my garage or front door. I personally like to do all the negotiating upfront via email. This always makes for a pleasant exchange with no surprises. Sometimes I explain that to the buyer. However, my close friend hates this approach as he doesn't mind playing hardball, and he has good success that way too. He is more old school and uses Craigslist exclusively, so again, it depends who your audience is. If your item isn't selling, before you lower the price, wait until after the weekend to change it. Remember, most people work and wait to do their errands until the weekend. Fridays are a good time to list. I made this video to be a reminder to you. Get the most you can from the stuff you don't use anymore. It really doesn't take long to do. It might not seem like it's worth the effort, but it is. Heck, put the money in a jar and that can be your silly money or vacation fund. Selling your old stuff is very liberating. When we have lots of stuff, it's hard to move or it's hard to think of anything else. I'm not saying you have to get into minimalism or anything, but you might find once you start cleaning out your closets that it feels really good. It's very freeing to get that space back or getting extra money you didn't plan on having. It even gives you energy. It propels you forward. Plus, maybe it just might even be fun. If you enjoyed today's video, please take a moment and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Sad Life.